This meeting of the Steering Committee of November is being conducted electronically pursuant to Governor Bill Lee's Executive Order 16. I would ask for a motion that conducting this meeting electronically is necessary to protect public health, safety, and welfare in the light of the coronavirus. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
I have a motion, Mr. Rather. Do I have a second? Second. Commissioner Reed.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Cush,
Yes.
Commissioner McAdoo, Commissioner Reed,
Yes.
Commissioner Stevens,
Yes.
Mr. Rather,
Yes.
Chairman Harris.
Yes. Before I get started, I've always, since I've been chairman of this committee, spoke about the opioid epidemic and the effect that it's had on this county. So I'm going to give you numbers that I have. From September to today, we've had 110 overdose calls, 19 deaths, 18 suicides. A lot of people ask me, you say that, but what do you want us to do? The biggest thing I want you to do is I want you to bring awareness to this problem, to understand that we have a problem. And my email is ccotinc@comcast.net. Call me and I'll be glad to send you the red flags that I created for parents, and I will answer any questions or anything that you wanted to address. Let's move on. I'm going to move to number 3 on our agenda, and I'd like to announce 3 vacancies for the Agriculture Advisory Board. 2-year term to expire December 2022. We need 1 farmer, 1 farm woman, and 1 Rutherford County Commissioner. And we need to have those applications in before 1 week before the next steering committee meeting. Also, number 4, we haven't announced, but we have a recommendation from the road board, and we will be recommending a vacancy on the audit committee, and it must be a member of the road board. We have a name. His application was sent in on October 9th. His name is Mark Lee. And do I have a motion? I have a motion from Chairman Cush.
Second.
Second from Commissioner Johnson. Is there any other? Go ahead.
Commissioner McAdoo, Commissioner Reed,
Yes.
Commissioner Stevens,
Yes.
Commissioner Rather,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Cush,
Yes.
Chairman Harris.
Yes. Mr. Lee, you will be voted on from the County Commission on our next meeting. Congratulations. All right, next I need to announce 1 vacancy for the Conservation Board, term to expire February of 2024. And I'd like to announce 2 judicial commissioners for the town of Smyrna. Commissioners on
Mr. Chairman, this is
Go ahead.
Robert Stevens. We have to vote on the judicial commissioners. I'll make a motion that we approve the 2 judicial commissioners.
Okay, we have 2 judicial committees, 2 commissioners. One is David Morales and Kathy DeLeon. Do we have a motion?
Chairman,
I just made a
I have a
motion.
question.
I can't hear you, Commissioner Stevens.
I said I made a motion that we approve both of the judicial commissioners.
Okay, do we have a second?
I don't mind seconding that, but I have a question.
Go ahead.
If we're announcing 2 vacancies and we already have 2 applicants, announcing it, does that give others the opportunity to apply before we vote? Or has this been announced earlier?
Mr. Chairman, can I explain how this works?
I was kind of confused.
Yeah. No, that's good. Go ahead, Ms. Stevens. Commissioner Stevens.
The judges of the General Sessions Court nominate these people to be judicial commissioners, and there's no application or it's not the normal type of a vacancy that we fill on our committees and boards. So this recommendation came from the Smyrna General Sessions Judge. When the county courts have judicial commissioners, the judges send us their recommendations with a letter. So to answer your question is, no, we don't have to give notice for this. We just have to decide whether or not we're going to elect these individuals as judicial commissioners.
Then I will second that motion.
Okay, we have a second.
Mr. Chairman,
Go ahead.
so basically, this is just a formality confirming them
Yes.
that we're not
It's just a
circumventing the
formality.
system. We're not circumventing the system in any way.
No.
Thank you.
We have these recommendations, the two judicial commissioners from Brandy Dover, judicial assistants of Smyrna Municipal Court. Again, commissioners, the two names are David Morales and Kathy DeLeon. Go ahead, we have a second.
Commissioner Cush? Commissioner McAdoo? Commissioner Reed?
Yes.
Commissioner Stevens?
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson?
Yes.
Commissioner Rather?
Yes.
Chairman Harris?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Reed?
we need to approve the minutes. Meeting.
I have been gone, so I apologize. Can't believe you, Commissioner Stevens, let that go by.
I was going to bring it up.
I knew it. At this
Chair-
moment, I would like to approve the minutes from our last meeting. Mr. Vice Chair?
Mr. Chairman, I have read through those minutes. I see no problem with those, and I move that they be approved.
Do I have a second? Second from Commissioner Johnson. Go ahead, Rachel.
Commissioner McAdoo? Commissioner Reed? Commissioner Stevens?
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson?
Yes.
Commissioner Cush?
Yes.
Commissioner Rather?
Yes.
Chairman Harris?
Yes. Commissioners, on your iPads, we have a litigation list. It's for us to look at. Is there any questions on this list? Since there are none, we'll move on. I'd like to go back to number 2. Commissioner Jernigan would like to address this committee. Ms. Jernigan, I'm sorry. Come on, step up.
Come to the well and read the letter.
Thank you for coming.
Commissioner Jernigan has asked me to read this for him. So, to Mayor Bill Ketron, the Rutherford County Commissioners, and especially the constituents of District 6. It is with a heavy heart that I am formally announcing my resignation from the Rutherford County Commission, effective immediately. I have been slowly improving after testing positive for the coronavirus, but I recognize that in the best interest of my health and in the best interest of the constituents of District 6, that stepping down is necessary at this time. I have watched District 6 change and grow over the past 22 years. We have built new schools like Whitworth Buchanan Middle School, Christiana Middle School, and Kittrell Elementary School, added new ambulance stations, added Joe B. Jackson Parkway, added John Bragg Highway, supported the volunteer fire departments, expanded the community care nursing home, and so much more. I have served on the Purchasing Committee, Property Management Committee, Public Works Committee, Steering Committee, Health and Education Committee, and Budget Committee. I was chairman of the Public Works Committee for several years, and of the Steering Committee. During my time as a commissioner, I have been proud to work with some very kind, talented, and caring fellow commissioners. I am grateful for the leadership I served during my tenure as a commissioner. I learned from Mayor Nancy Allen, Mayor Ernest Burgess, and Mayor Bill Ketron. I have thoroughly enjoyed serving in the county in which I grew up and raised my family. Thank you all for your continued support over the past 22 years and for allowing me the pleasure of serving the constituents of Rutherford County. Sincerely, Joe Frank Jernigan. Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Commissioner Jernigan, I've only served with you for a couple of years, but one of the things when I was coaching that people ask me was it a successful year, I've always said, did I leave it better than I found it? And sir, you have left this county and done great things, and I am honored to serve with you. I'm thankful. I wish you the best in life, and I hope you always understand that this door is always open to you. And if we could ever do anything for you, that this committee, I speak for every commissioner in saying that we will always be there for you. I wish you Godspeed, and I wish everything that you need. I hope you find happiness and joy, sir. Mayor Ketron?
Guess this will be the last time I get to call you Commissioner. Joe Frank, that's what I like to call you. Joe Frank, you've been a true statesman. You have represented your district, and not only just the people of your county commission district, but when you serve as chair, and every time you cast a vote of being one of 21, you cast a vote for the entire county. And you always pondered your decision. You were a deep thinker. You always did what was best for the county. You sacrificed yourself. You sacrificed time away from your family because you're willing to give it to the citizens of this county. For that, we'll ever be indebted to you. As I told you downstairs a moment ago, God could have taken you when you went into the hospital with COVID. It was that serious when I remember talking to the doc. He said you might have your chances were less than 5% of survival. We started lifting you up in prayer, but you know, God kept you for a reason. He kept you here. You got more to live. You walked in here under your own accord tonight. I was so proud to see that. You're a remarkable man, Joe Frank. We wish you the best, and you know that we'll always be here for you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Absolutely. Yes,
Take that
ma'am.
with you. Absolutely. You can put that in front of his cereal bowl in the morning. Miss Jernigan, did you hear me? You can put that sign in front of his cereal bowl in the morning. Okay. Bacon and eggs. Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. With that, I would like to announce that we have a position in county commission. It's a heavy heart to announce that, but unfortunately we had to. So we're announcing that right now, county commission position that is open. Two things before I end this meeting. Number one, I had a commissioner come up and ask me about the ad hoc committee that we formed or was approved to form with the weapons in county buildings. We have given public notice on that, and we expect to have a meeting next Friday. we're having a hard time getting everybody on the same schedule. Is there any other business? Commissioner Rather?
Hope I can make it through this. I just want to say, and I'm actually glad Joe Frank has walked out, because I probably wouldn't make it through this. I was born and raised in this county, 5th, 6th generation in this county. And as I was growing up, my 6 uncles and 4 aunts, I think there was 11 of them altogether. The first thing that they focused on was God. They focused on their family. They focused on community and serving all of those nonstop at all cost. And as a young man, I wasn't involved in Rutherford County government, but I knew a lot of people in Rutherford County government. And one of the names, one of several, one of the names that always came to my mind was Joe Frank Jernigan. And when I was elected, it was kind of surreal that I was up here sitting on the same floor with a man that I grew up hearing about that served this county in an unbelievable way, sacrificial, totally sacrificial. And I don't know how many people watch this or how many people are going to watch the retaping, but I just want to say that I applaud and totally respect those who are willing to sacrifice the time with their families, sacrifice their time period away from work, away from leisure, whatever, and to serve their community and serve this county. And honestly, Joe Frank's up there top of the list of the people that have done that and have done it well. You know, it's one thing to do it, but it's one thing to do it very well. And from what I've seen, what I've grown up around, watching, listening, and there's others, but we're talking about Joe Frank tonight. I just want to say, what a man. What a man. And God wasn't ready for him to come home just yet. He's got some other things for him to do, and he'll get called home in God's way, in God's time. But what a remarkable man, and I hope every single person that hears this what an example for all of us to serve in that way, that sacrificially, through thick, thin, better, worse, whatever, he served. He loved this county. He loved it. He had to have loved it. He wouldn't have served it the way he did. And I hope we all love that county that way. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner Rather. One of the things, is there anybody else on this matter who would like to speak? Okay.
Mr. Chairman, this is Commissioner Phillips, if I could.
You're recognized, Commissioner.
Thank you. I know that the position has been announced, but I'm wondering if there is a timeline that has been established and what that timeline might be to replace Commissioner Jernigan.
That would have to be with the county attorney, Commissioner Phillips. And I will get with him tomorrow, and I will send out an email.
Very good. Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right. Is there anyone else? Okay. Is there any other business? Since there is none, this meeting is adjourned.